guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Jen. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. So today we are doing this cute neutral brown look. Something cute, simple, soft glam, you know, the usual. I did go ahead and record the look because I already did the look, but I had to do it again so I could record it. So if you like to see how I did that, make sure you stay tuned. Also, same thing, necklaces from Ana Lucia. Use my code to get 12% off. Hair from Beautyforever. Always keep me popping, okay? Affordable wigs. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Stay tuned. So I've just been putting clear brow gel on my brows just because I want them to look like more natural, and since I did trim them a bit thinner than I usually do, they've just been looking great, like really natural. You can see all of the hairs, and then I kind of just pushed them over to the side like that. And then I'm just going to take some concealer, and this is the Milani Perfecting Conceal in the color 140 Pure Beige. So it is like a little bit lighter than my skin tone, which I do enjoy, just to bring a little highlight to my brows. And I just traced the little line underneath. And then with this method, I do have to really take my time. Since there's not an outline, I just have to kind of feel it out with the concealer. And then this is just like an Eco Tools brush, and I just kind of blend out that concealer. I don't really take it down to my eye. I just kind of pat it in. Just like that. Because I'm going to do eyeshadow, so there's not really like a point of me blending it downwards. But I always make sure I blend that little tail part out, so it doesn't make a line, like so. So of course I'm going to be using the eyeshadow primer potion from Urban Decay. I'm like, what is it called? And as I always say, this thing is like about to be empty, and I just keep on trying to use every drop. And I'm just going to be using this flat brush from BH Cosmetics. I really do need to wash this because I usually blend out concealers with it, but whatever. I just pat that in. Just like that. You want to make sure it looks flawless, like on the base of the eyes. So I'm going to be using the Orange Pop by Kyra Beauty. And then I'm going to be using the color Exclusive. So I did use this in my other tutorial. It's this little brown shade down here. I love this shade, so I really been just digging in it, honestly. And I'm going to just use a large fluffy brush. And I'm going to put that in my crease. And I'm using a large fluffy brush because this is really like a 2 eyeshadow tutorial. I'm not using that many colors for this, so I do want to make sure that I am using a bigger brush just to get that color on. Just like that. Let me do the other eye. Now we are going to be cutting our crease with that same concealer that we use. You don't want to use a ton of concealer because you're going to be putting a shade on top, so make sure you are not as heavy. So what I like to do is I like to use what's already on the brush, and I like to cut my crease with that little leftover product. So now that that's done, I'm gonna go into the ColourPop Magic Hour palette, and it looks like this. I'm gonna use like this beige shimmery shade. These shades don't have names on them, so I'm not really sure what it's called, but it's like a beige shimmery shade. And I'm just gonna use a flat brush and pack that shade onto where I cut my crease at. And this color is technically the same color as the concealer, but it has like this little pink glitter in it. It's like a little shimmer shade, which is why I'm using it, just to add a little glitz and glam to the look. So now you're actually gonna need some rhinestones. So if you don't have any rhinestones, they do have them on Amazon. I will link them down below because it came pretty fast. You're gonna need some rhinestones. And if you do have this same rhinestone set that I got that I'm gonna link below, I am using number 10. So compartment number 10. And I am just going to start right here. I'm gonna do 2 dots, and I'm gonna do it right where the crease meets the brown shade. So I did 2 dots, as you can see, they're gigantic. And I'm doing them big just so you guys can see them. It's not gonna take up the whole thing. Just like that. It's not as easy as it looks. I was just holding my breath. I think I'm gonna do 4. So next one will go here, and then the next one will go like a little bit in the corner. Yeah, do 4. I did 4 the first time, so. Just like that. And then I just kind of tap them down very lightly just to make sure they're really stuck on there. So do the same thing for the other eye. So I went ahead and put my gems on, and then I finished this eye just so you guys can see like the outcome. But I'm gonna show you how I got there after I did the little gemstones. So you wanna go back into that color exclusive, and you wanna just use that same brush and kind of hit the tips of that light shade. So you just want to kind of blend it in. I'm gonna get a little closer so you guys can see that I'm just kind of making them blend together. So like how this one is, just kind of making them blend together. You don't have to do much, but just kind of tap your brush on the edges. So that way it looks like a whole little look. And now I'm gonna be going into the Beats by Deb liquid activated liner. And I'm using the white snowflake one. So I put the water into the lid of the little container. And then I just dip my brush into the water and then I dip it into the liner because I don't like just spraying it directly in there. So for my liner, I already did like a little dot on the side so I know where I want to end it. So usually I just kind of do the bottom like that, and then I just build it up. And then with this liner, I like to do 2 coats. So I like to wait for this one to dry and then I'll go back over it just to make sure that color is like very vibrant. And since this is white, I definitely want to make sure that it's popping, you know? Just like that. Both of the tips meet up at the edge of my brow. So like I'll do this and then I make like the dot and then the dot. Just so I can know this is where my eyeliner needs to be ending at. Okay, so now for my face, I've already moisturized, so I'm going to go ahead and add powder to my face. And this is just the Laura Mercier powder in the color Translucent. And I'm just using like this buffing brush. And I'm just gonna tap this powder all over my face because this makes your makeup last longer. And I really like to concentrate on my nose area, like right here and right here, because I get really oily right there. So just do that. And now I'm gonna go into the Marshmallow Primer by NYX. I love this, and I just got another free sample from Ulta for this little primer. So, and I just do that. Take a brush and then I just kind of tap it in. I stopped using my fingers for this because if I'm gonna put powder underneath it, I don't want to make all the powder go into one area of my face. Plus, now that I'm taking clients, I don't want to put my fingers all over stuff. Like, I can use brushes for that. So I don't want to unnecessarily get my hands dirty if I don't have to. Okay. So I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me in the color 310. So that does look like a really good match. That's another way you can tell if a foundation matches your skin tone. You can look into the cap because that's already the dried up foundation, so it's already oxidized. And I'm just gonna kind of mix it up a little bit. Okay, so just like in my last video, I'm gonna spray my face down. I'm gonna spray it down, and I usually wait like 30 seconds to let this just kind of sit in. So mixing your setting spray with your foundation does make your foundation look more matte and smooth. So that's another tip. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use a Real Techniques brush to tap my foundation in. So next I'm gonna use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. And I'm just gonna put it right here, here, and here. And then I'll let this sit. In the meantime, we are going to put on mascara. This is the Maybelline Sky High Mascara. I got this out of Ulta. Honestly, it's really unavailable online. I tried to order it, but they didn't have any more. So I'm gonna put on mascara just to prep my lashes for the false lashes. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and blend out my concealer. And for me, I like to put an extra layer of foundation on top of my trouble spots. So like around my mouth, my chin area, and then like these two little weird pimples that popped up recently. And then I kind of just blend those out with my beauty blender. So I just go right over it. I don't really wait. And that just provides me with like a little extra coverage that I need in those spots. So that way it's not like that dark line or like that discoloration that I have. And then I'm gonna use a brightening concealer. And I just use like a little drop. And then I use like a little line on the side. And this is just to bring a little bit more highlight to my face, make it look brighter. And then I'm gonna conceal at the same time. I'm gonna contour at the same time. And I like to put that right above my cheekbone. Blend out that concealer. I just had to go run to the door because my sister put the wrong address on her package and I just had to go get it. Who am I, bro? Okay, now I'm trying to hurry up. Per usual, we're going to be using the e.l.f. contour palette right over the LA Girl Pro. And this is just to set it. I just kind of go over it. Nothing too harsh. So now we're just going to set our concealer. And we're going to make sure we are pressing the powder into the skin. I kind of see a difference between putting foundation under my eyes and then concealer opposed to not putting foundation under my eyes and just concealer. I kind of see a little difference. I don't know, maybe I'm just delirious at this point. And then with me, I just kind of like to take that translucent powder and tap it underneath where I contour. I kind of just rub this brush all over my face. Takes off any extra product and mattifies everything. I forgot to contour my nose, so we're just going to do that real quick. And I'm going to be just coming from the brow down. And then make sure you get the side to make it look like it's really blending in. As for lips, we are using ColourPop liner in BFF3. And this is like a neutral brown for me. If I could find my pencil sharpener, I would have sharpened it, but I honestly don't know where anything is. Okay, I'm gonna use the liquid lingerie liner in the color Lace Detail. Didn't use much at all. And on top of that, the NYX gloss in the color Fortune Cookie. Cute nude lip. So I'm gonna pop my lashes on and I'm gonna show you guys the finished look. Okay guys, this is the finished look. I hope you guys did like it. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I'll see you guys next time.